What is up, awesome tubers? It's your boy David Awesome. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We're going to be talking about a very interesting topic today. It's on the creepy side, so if you get scared easy, I wouldn't watch this video. Today we're going to be talking about 10 creepy dolls. So if that interests you, stick around, hit that subscribe button. If you just happen to come along this video and you're new to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And you would become a new member of the Awesome Tuber Army. We are close to 50, we're at 49 right now. And I just want to say I appreciate everybody that has currently subscribed to the channel. Now let's get on with this video. 10 of the creepiest dolls that will haunt your nightmares. So here we go, awesome tubers. Of course, this is my first time reading through this as well, so we're going to be learning together. And of course, all the information I'm giving you today is coming off of backpackverse.com, backpackverse.com. So all information is coming off this website. So all of the information credit goes to them. So with that being said, let's continue on with this video. 10 creepy dolls that are going to absolutely terrify you. At number 10, we have Scary Clown Doll Watches While You Sleep. Most haunted dolls have a tendency of being clown-like in appearance. These haunted toys rely on their brightly colored hair and clothes to attract young children. This clown doll seems incapable of hiding his evil demeanor. His lips seem not to smile, but to smirk at his victims, knowing all of the terrible things he has in store for them. These paranormal dolls are of a patient nature. They will wait to make sure the children of the household truly love them before they begin to wreak havoc. This scary clown figure would be content to begin his torment while his victims sleep. Always inside, if objects begin to fly across the room, maniacal chuckles can be heard in the hall. Nobody would ever suspect such an eerie activity would emanate from the toy that sits before them. Can you imagine trying to sleep with that thing watching you? There's no way I could do that. I would have to, definitely sleep in another room or, move to another house. Anyways, at number 9, we have Withered Baby Will Trigger Your Fear of Dolls. Okay, I already have a slight fear of dolls. I grew up, when Child's Play was going on and I watched it and as a kid, and it creeped me out. And that's a pretty disturbing picture there. So, let's see here. What is most cunning about using these type of toys as vessels is the simple fact that little girls enjoy taking their baby dolls with them everywhere. From shopping malls to doctor's office to their own child-sized beds, entities that reside in baby dolls are fully immersed in the lives of their victims. This particular creepy doll gives the appearance of having been to hell and back. Her milky white eyes are now void of compassion. At number 8, we have Ventriloquist Dummy Speaks in Demonic Tongues. Hey, it looks like Slappy off Goosebumps. Many haunted doll stories pertain to ventriloquist dolls. The appearance of these scary dolls requires little imagination. Their large eyes and gaping mouths give them permanent deranged expression. Many are known for deriving power from the very humans that speak through them. These creepy dolls pride themselves on listening to every word their family says. He takes note of their weaknesses and fears and will always make his victims suffer. When the family is out of the house, this ventriloquist would probably collect knives from the kitchen. He would hide them under beds and inside of his clothes. He would wait until everyone slumbers. One by one, he'd stab his victims to death, all while keeping that insane grin on his face. At number 7, we have Ugly Doll Compels Suicide. Ugh. That is quite the ugly doll. It looks like something out of The Hills Have Eyes. Possessed dolls, no, not just anyone will love them. It also kind of looks like, a Jawa had sex with a Rancor, and that was the baby. But anyways, let's continue. This doll's deformed skull and grotesque mouth would deter most people. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to kiss that. I mean, that's pretty disturbing. Look at that mouth. Jesus Murphy. Creepy dolls moving off store shelves don't happen very often. Once a misunderstood human herself, she probably decided to conduct a ritual that would trap her soul into a doll for eternity. Her ideal victims would be humans that like to prey on their peers. Perpetually bullied and harassed, haunted dolls of her nature would inflict the pain and suffering she endured while she was alive. When suicide victims are found in rivers and bathtubs, this doll would never be too far away. So that's pretty creepy. So this doll has pushed people to suicide. And at number 6, awesome tubers, we have terrifying Siamese twins. Wow. That's pretty disturbing. I mean, look at that there. Siamese twins, these creepy antique dolls pack double trouble. Get it? Because there's 2 of them. Bent on following the glorious paths of the notorious Annabelle doll, these girls would likely enjoy leaving hair-raising messages for their victims. Instead of relying on physical harm, these girls would probably push their victims into madness. They would not be above using disembodied voices, nightmares, and scary notes to turn person's sanity into insanity. These dolls might be found with women who have been sent to psychiatric wards bent on stabbing their own eyes out with scissors. They would take delight in hearing their victims blame them for their deeds, only to be locked up forever in an asylum. And there they are. And at number 5, we have Disturbing Experiment. Wow, that kind of looks like Jason Funny. This unusual doll looks like an experiment gone definitely horribly wrong. Bony and deformed, his limbs look as though they have been Frankenstein together. Having this in your home would likely mean a lot of trouble. He would use his connections to the underworld to plague each house with dead people. This figure would use any means to instill fear into his victims. As each living human would scream and run with fear, this doll would remain unsympathetic. The only things he would know are suffering and pain. And before we get to the last 4 creepy dolls, if you've been enjoying this video and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and remember to click the bell button because I always upload new videos. And at number 4, awesome tubers, we have Creepy Doll Seeks Revenge. Yeah, that's a very disturbing looking doll. It doesn't have any arms or legs, so that right there is very disturbing, and its body is a violin. Once experimented on like a rabid dog, this doll would probably stop at nothing to seek revenge on those who deprived him of his arms and legs. Confined to materials that resemble a violin, this doll would be passed from musician to musician, leaving death and despair in his wake. Knowing his victims are partial to sound, this toy would prod needles into people's eardrums while they slept. Over time, they would become deaf, and they would be incapable of hearing the doll when he attacks. Not without limbs, he would use his teeth to chew away at his victims. They would slowly bleed out over their guitars and pianos, and he would take pleasure in each gruesome scene. And at number 3, doll enjoys burning her victims alive. Haunted porcelain dolls are prevalent in American culture, and this doll could certainly be one of them. She would rely on her eerie, monstrous mouth to ensure no child would keep her for very long. Possibly trapped inside the confines of the doll's body, the enraged spirit within would stop at nothing to regain her freedom. For children that would love her despite her macabre appearance, the toy would decide to destroy them for good. Waiting until deep into the night, this terror would light hundreds of candles all around the house. One by one, she would knock them over with her pale arms, setting the house ablaze. Once the flames were strong and healthy, the doll would rest outside the child's bedroom, where she could listen to their screams as they burned alive. Yeah, I'll take that one. I need about 3 of them. They seem like very nice dolls. And at number 2, freaky twin doll toys with its victims. Oops, sorry about that. That's pretty disturbing. Reminiscent of circus freaks, this doll would enjoy the creepier side of life. Having 2 gray-colored heads on one small body, the 2 spirits that may live in this figure would likely compete to see who would murder their victim more quickly. The larger head would play host to a more intelligent spirit bent on hatching the perfect plot Compensating for his size, the smaller head would possess a more violent spirit, whose only desire is to become a feared serial killer. And at number 1, Porcelain Doll wants to skin you alive. Clad in a satin Victorian-era groan, this doll would rely on her exterior charm to fool her victims into loving her. Her pale blue eyes and regal face would make doll collectors assume she's nothing but a fragile old lady doll, simply in need of love, but beneath her unassuming exterior could be the spirit of a demonic force. Desiring to appear younger and more beautiful, this terrifying toy would likely choose her victims based on youth. She could drug their evening wine, rendering them unconscious. While they slept, she would cut off patches of their skin. As each victim would bleed out on the floor, this doll would hum cheerfully to herself, sewing their skins together. She would make a more beautiful body for herself. And of course the conclusion, no matter if a doll is pale-faced beauty or a dusty collection of cloth and yarn, it's impossible to discern what a haunted doll may look like. Sinister spirits may lurk behind porcelain skin, or they could find a home in a Raggedy Ann. A victim fooled by a seemingly innocent exterior often doesn't have the opportunity to learn from her mistakes. One must always use caution and suspicion in order to remain alive. And also, Awesome Tubers, if you've ever purchased a haunted doll or have any stories about a haunted doll, please in the comments let us know. I would like to hear about your experience, and if I get enough stories, I'll make a part 2, and I'll use your stories in the part 2 of more haunted dolls. So let me know, Awesome Tubers, if you've experienced anything with haunted dolls in your life, or if you have any stories to share. But this has been 10 insanely creepy dolls that will keep you up at night for sure. So 10 creepy dolls that will give you pretty much nightmares. And let me know what you thought, Awesome Tubers, which doll you thought was the creepiest. And until next time, Awesome Tubers, I'm gonna get off here, and I will be back with more 10 videos. I have some big plans for more of these types of videos. I hope you've been enjoying this type of style. It's something new that I'm working on. But until next time, Awesome Tubers, I'm gonna get off here. And until next time, Awesome Tubers, stay awesome.